If you're the type of person who wants to set it and forget it with your social media, then this video is just for you. Social media can be one of the most time-consuming things in the world in terms of marketing, especially if you're doing it on your phone. And scheduling things on softwares like Hootsuite or Later and all this other stuff can save you time, but it's still pretty involved. This is why I like using a software called MeetEdgar. It's the literal set it and forget it type of app, with the exception of Instagram, because you still have to upload things via notifications. But with other social platforms, it's a freaking godsend. Just a heads up, this is not a sponsored post. They're not paying us. However, MeetEdgar, if you're watching this video and you guys are getting some enrollments, cut us a check. Before we get into it, I just want to give you guys a heads up that this is not a free software. It is kind of expensive. It's $50 a month for 25 accounts. It's not very practical for those of you who are just solopreneurs first starting out. There are some prerequisites that I recommend that you guys have to help you save time using this. Now, I mentioned this a little later on when we go into distribution and automation in that section of the course. So some of the prerequisites are: make sure that you have a content library. 2 is make sure that you have a caption library. And 3, make sure that you have a social media strategy set. That means you've reviewed your data, you've researched relevant influencers, and got everything to help you create a proper game plan so you can execute on social media. All of this we teach you throughout the channel. Demo time. Okay, so MeetEdgar, you're gonna go into a screen like this. I'm already logged in. So pretty straightforward. So first thing I want to show you guys based on here is the library. Okay, so the library is pretty robust, but not as, in my opinion, I might be a little biased, but not as robust as Later, but it does a pretty good job. One of the things you'll see right off the bat is you'll see the different platforms it's going to be on. Okay, and you'll see 2 total variations. That means there's going to be different caption variations when this goes out, which I think is super freaking sweet, because when it does repeat your content, it's not sharing the same thing again. It feels refreshed and remixed when you share it. Okay, and you can edit it, and you can change where it goes. So you can have different categories, which I think is great. Boost That Post is my one of my meme accounts. General, Vision Paradox stuff. So it gets really detailed, and you can go up to like an infinite amount of variations, which I think is great, because again, if this content is going to go out forever, you want to make sure it also feels like there's been thought, but there's been an effort, so to speak, to make it different. And there is. You're making an effort up front for a forever kind of investment, so to speak, or a yearly, depending on how you want to do this. That way you don't have to keep touching this every weekend or every month. This is really just, again, set it and forget it. My cord is bugging me here. So you can even organize it by social network, by all the Facebook accounts, or the different accounts, or the RSS source. That's if you have a blog, and it automatically just pulls from that. Okay, and publishable variations. I don't know about that. That sounds new to me. Okay, and the queue is pretty much what's going up. I paused it because I realized I had been using the content for like a good 2 months already. I gotta upload it, because even though I have like about 100 different pieces of content per account, for me it's more of a mental awareness thing, like, I want to change it up. So I'm just pausing it for my own relief, really. So Saturday, this is what would be going out on all the different platforms. Twitter would be doing this. Boom. And that's the thing too. If you watch the Later video, like, you can schedule Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the same time, but it distributes that same video at the same time. What this does is it does go through the same content at the same time, simultaneously, but it distributes it at different times. So, which I think is great. Friggin' awesome. Here is the schedule. So this is pretty much a one-time thing. You set the schedule when you want things to happen, and then you're done. Okay, so I'm gonna go, say for example, on my Twitter. Okay, and then this is pretty much the amount of tweets that I'm gonna be doing every single day. Okay, forever. Okay, from Sunday to Saturday, it's just gonna keep doing it, and you can pretty make sure that it pulls from the proper category. So it's inspirational tweets. If it's just client examples that you want to do, client videos, things like that. And you can also decide, like, this slot is not just for Twitter, but also for all these other platforms. Okay, and then you can do that for every single one. yeah, I mean, this is great. This just keeps cycling through. So this is where you import or add new content. So you can do this via spreadsheet, CSV. I don't really use that because I think it's mainly for Twitter. Categories. This is all the categories in one area. Okay, accounts. These are all the accounts that you have. Okay, client accounts, you can add a lot. For those of you who like Pinterest and would like to focus on that, I recommend using Later. But if you guys are trying to do LinkedIn marketing as well, I think this is better if you have the budget for it. Okay, history. History is where it shows you how many times the content was sent. Okay, ooh, this one's been sent so many times. I need to it's things like this where I'm glad I kind of paused it, because that's where I know I need to add more content, because if something's being shared this many times, I need to update. Okay, so I want this to be like as minimum as possible. Again, here with the VP tweets, so I got to add more. Okay, so this pretty much just gives you a history of like of everything that's been sent out. Okay, and you can again go through categories. So this is great. Okay, and then obviously my account. Cool. So now let's go into adding some content. So I think this part is the slowest and the suckiest part of, oh, hello, suggested images. This is new. Edgar will take a look for several images. That's cool. That's new. I'm going to nerd about this later, actually. So let's go into here. Let's actually make this as multifaceted as possible. I'm going to go with a basic tweet right now. Okay, and I'm going to pull from a YouTube video. All right, for the sake of time, I'm just going to grab this. Boom, copy, paste. And what it does, just what I love, and this is especially powerful if you have a blog, it auto-generates variations for you. So boom, and it just creates a variation based off what it pulls. That's great, and it doesn't even pull all the other stuff. Okay, and that's one variation right there. Boom, boom, add a variation, variation. I'm just gonna delete this after. 1, 2, okay, and it's just gonna keep going, and that's what I freaking I think is awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna, for example's sake, boom, an infinite amount of variations, an infinite amount, variations. I'm getting redundant here, guys. But okay, VP tweets, and then make sure that you put it in the proper category, and then you select the accounts you want it to go out. Okay, and it'll select there. Instagram, it's gonna tell you it's not gonna work. LinkedIn and Twitter, and then you just save to library. Boom. I'm not going to save it. Okay, so that's one way to distribute it, and a powerful way to demonstrate their auto caption variation. I'm just going to reload this real quick. So we're going to actually now go into media. Okay, so here are the different the file size limitations for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's one of the things I kind of think sucks, because on Later you can upload any file size and you can kind of edit things manually in there. So let's find a random photo of me real quick off screen, and I'm gonna share that. Cool, and then again, write variations here. Okay, and then select the different, this is more personal. Let's select the different pages you want it to go to. Make sure it's on the right category. And this one's a little bit more of a random thing. So boom, save to library. Easy as that. Okay, so then if your schedule is set, okay, it'll just automatically pull from it and just schedule it. So that's pretty much MeetEdgar in a nutshell. So the pros of MeetEdgar is that it's literally set it and forget it. It saves you a lot of time. It shuffles through your content and your captions forever, which is why I said in the prereqs you need to have a lot of content and you need to have a caption library up front, along with your social media strategy, because I didn't just put these timestamps, these spots at random. There's an intent. I put it there because that's where I get the most engagement. MeetEdgar also gives you access to 25 accounts, which is, I think, overkill if you're one person, but for a person who's managing a lot, I think it's freaking amazing. It allows you to post on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, which is great for what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to do LinkedIn marketing. For those of you trying to do Pinterest, stick to Later. Okay, cons is it doesn't post to everything like Hootsuite. Hootsuite has access to everything, though I think the whole navigation and that whole system is very clunky. In regards to Instagram, it's not automated. It's still scheduled by notification. Later allows you to schedule things automatically. It allows you to set the thumbnail, even shorten the video if you want to. Another con for MeetEdgar is that there are size limitations. 512 megabytes, can be sizable, but some of the content that we create on VP is huge, like ranging into gigs. So it'd be nice to upload you know, very these full-size episodes in there, we might have to consider just resizing it into a lower version. But my concern is quality of the content. Okay, another con is that you have to have a lot of content ready up front, which means a lot of work up front. Once it's uploaded, to really set it and forget it. Uploading the content is a drag on MeetEdgar compared to later, which, you know, I'm a huge fan of as well. But you know, if you really want to save time and you have the money for it, I think MeetEdgar is a powerful tool. Again, if you have the budget for it and if you really want to save your time and don't mind just using one account out of the 25. So that's it for today's video. If you guys got other tools that you guys use for your own social media, I would love to hear from you guys, your experience with it, the pros and cons and everything. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, share this with friends who you think might benefit from it. If you guys got questions, like I just said earlier, make sure you comment that as well, because you never know, that might be a question that we do or answer on another segment of Ask Vision Paradox. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video on MeetEdgar. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Peace.